Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different Kickstarter tabletop game project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and today I'm very excited to be eating some crow, because I believe for like the fourth time out of the last 7 or 8, I'm checking on GameFound's project, because they and I even criticized them yesterday for how insanely bad their next few months looked. Like, I was like, yeah, I'm probably not going to be here for a while because there's nothing coming up. And then they dropped this feast, which I think I'm going to do my own separate reaction video to, where they dropped a whole bunch of big games coming out in Q4 / I imagine early Q1 winter time. And there's a lot, there's something there for just about everybody. And I want to give them kudos. I am the first person to criticize GameFound and Kickstarter. Good afternoon, Mr. Mormo. So I want to be the first person, well, I'm not sure the first person, to say that I was totally wrong. They look like they're crushing it, and not only does it look like they're crushing it, I love the fact that they're spotlighting it. Here's the big things coming out. Once again, GameFound really getting better and providing a niche where you can build excitement around your project on their platform. You can't do it on Kickstarter. Kickstarter's got the page, it's stationary, you got a picture, you got like 17 words of text, that's all you got. GameFound, it's a living, breathing organism pre-launch, and I love what they're doing. Kudos to GameFound. So, next we got today. Here, after that, out of the way, I just want to spotlight it right up front. Heroes of Land, Air and Sea Deluxe Reprint. So it looks like we got 3 big boxes here. I still hate GameFound for their stupid squares, and I forever will until they change it. And they will one day. I think they will, because there's no good reason for it. I mean, come on. But I do love, once again, another one of the fantastic features, stretch pay. You know, and I was mentioned this last week, I think. I think more GameFound pages should spotlight this, especially if they're in that $300, $400+ range, because it really does make it a more bite-sized chunk kind of thing where you say, you know what, I wasn't going to get anything big, but maybe I just won't get anything for the next 6 months, and I'll just do the stretch pay. And you say that to yourself, and then 3 months from now, or 3 days from now, something else launches. So, love it. Love the fact they're spotlighting stretch pay here, especially considering I expect this to be a massive price. But it's already raised $241,000. Goal reached to 13 hours, 3 days left. 1 to 7 players. Do love that player count. Once again, GameFound likes to hide that kind of information from you. Make it an extra click. A complete 4X strategy experience that will test your wit, cunning, and strategic mastery. Crush your rivals on land, dominate the skies with aerial prowess, and command your fleet to rule the seas. So it's a dudes on a map style game with big old minis. 1 to 7 players, though. Dudes on a map. That gets my heart beating, because I love dudes on a map style games. One of the games that really didn't get me, one of the games that kind of kept that fire burning for board games in like this long period in my early to mid 20s where I didn't play many board games was Risk. I used to go to my buddy's house and we would take turns playing Risk, and then in between turns on Risk we'd play beer pong. So we'd have a game of Risk going, a game of beer pong going, because you know turns can take a while. So, I love dudes on a map style games. I am the target market for this, and I know that this game is very well beloved, if I do believe. Once again, wow, that's such a good shot. Oh, just don't change it. I want to look at that. Look at that. It shows you the box you're going to get and all the stuff you're going to... I almost wish it would zoom in just a little bit more. But then again, I think what they're trying to do is emphasize that I'm going to get this by Christmas, which is wrong. Maybe it's probably next Christmas. It's next Christmas. But you know who's been pounding their chest to say, hey, if you have something that you believe will come before Christmas, you should at least mention it or spotlight it just a smidge bit? It's been this guy right here. So I love seeing people do the stuff that I recommend, because I think it just helps sell it. So obviously, but this shot right here, honestly, I'm going to go with a half-point grade bump up. I love this shot so much. I think that is such a stinking good shot that it makes me want the all-in. Now, once again, I don't know if everybody's going to get to this page, because I imagine most people watch the video. Do they go through all these? It's weird. That's a great shot, too. Look at that. I hope these shots are on the page. Ahoy, Ricardo! A seal of excellence and tabled. I don't know what that award is, but it's a cool looking award. Oh, that's a Geek Dad. Yeah, it's a big thumb. But that's a great shot. All the minis up on the board. Everybody's got their own cool little player area here. Wow! And once again, the power of the rectangle. GameFound, unleash the rectangle. I sincerely believe that someone at GameFound sees these videos. I 100% do. But this is such a good shot. That's 2 straight good shots in a row. Look at this. Like, I am so excited about this, and I haven't even got to the video yet. We got Above the Board, man, I would love to talk to them about how much they paid at Gen Con. They did so much advertising at Gen Con. It was insanity. They were everywhere. You went into Lucas Oil Stadium, boom, their face was popped up on the screens. And they had these videos that were running for 30 seconds that were completely silent. So they had to do like these skits. And they had a whole bunch of them on there. They had skits. Their windows, their face was splashed all over the windows of Lucas Oil's, or not Lucas Oil Stadium, but Gen Con. It's crazy. I've always been confused by the category dudes on a map. RuneScape, Mage Knight, Skirmish Game. What is it and what isn't it? I think it's just like, when you have dudes and you move them across the map and they fight each other. At least that's how I always looked at it. I don't know if there's like some extra criteria. Imagine you could have resource management, resource collection, deck building. I think it's just like deck building. I consider dudes on a map to be just a crudely named mechanism, which I kind of like. We need more crudely named mechanisms in board gaming. All right, so let's get to the video. I'm already excited for this project. I've already given it a like. God, look at those two shots right there. Just. And now I want to know about their shipping. I want to know when they ship out. They've piqued my curiosity about when this is going to ship to me. So well done! Alright, showcasing the components. I love that. Ooh.
Prepared.
What was that in the top left? That looked weird. That was a weird component. What is this? What the hell is that? Is that like a cardboard? I think that's a cardboard pop-out boat that's going to move around the map? Okay, I wish we kind of zoomed in on that, but that's cool.
Our fleet is prepared. Our conscripts are standing by.
Once again, this is what I always say. This could just be plain theme with artwork in the background, and I would be like, theme. But at the same time, they're showing components. This is how easy it is. Interweave your theme with your components. I say it about rule booklets, too. Interweave your not your theme with your components, but your rules with the gameplay. Like, I don't know. That's a whole separate video.
Our time to attack is now. Charge!
It's so loud! I'm hyped. This looks fun.
Wage your own war in Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea, a big box board game from Gameland Games and designer Scott Alms. Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea is a 4X style.
So that is one thing I would have put, little pin on this, back of my mind. I hope they spotlight Scott Alm and put some more damn respect on his name somewhere in this, because he has quite a track record. Oh, by the way, check out Fanboy Flicks if you like funny stuff about old movies. He's fantastic.
Style board game for 2 to 4 players, but can go up to 6 with add-ons.
Well, what? You said 7. You very clearly said 7. I know it's hidden behind making me do an extra click because GameFound's annoying, but you said 7, so now I'm curious. So is it 6? Is it 7? Is this some sort of add-on? What's going on here? I need to know. Because I was specifically excited about 7. 6 is fantastic. Don't get me wrong. I see 6 and say, yeah! I see 5, I say, heck yeah! But when I see 7, that's a whole another level. I would say 7-player games that play well and that have a lot of strategy and meat, don't drag on forever, are their own. I'd consider them unicorns. There's not as many of them as you would like to be. You have to have simultaneous play. I think it's the key, but I'm excited. Let's go.
Plays in less than 2 hours and features easy to understand rules.
They did look like the TARDIS, but that Kevin, you mentioned that's kind of what I said. I felt like they could have done that 3D rendering shot just a smidge bit better. Like, it looks cool, but I don't think it looks as good as a lot of the other ones that I've seen. I would check out Ludonaut, by the way. He's I'm going to give an endorsement right now. If you want to get a spectacular board game video done, I suggest Ludonaut, and I will officially endorse him. I think that's his name. Oh, dear God, I hope that's his name. He does fantastic work, though. He actually reached out to me in one of the videos where I really complimented the video, because he doesn't put his name on the end of it like a lot of companies do, so you wouldn't know it's him. But he's so good.
Big box board game from.
Hey, David Johnson, welcome aboard. Do you know Spy Kids? I do know Spy Kids. I've never actually seen the movie, but I've heard it's very good. I want to watch it with my kids one day.
Gameland Games and designer Scott Alms. Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea is a 4X style board game for 2 to 4 players. Behold the epic tale of orcs versus humans, dwarves versus elves, battling kingdoms, and the individuals who turn the tides of war. In Heroes of Land...
There it is. Oh, that was that board that we zoomed out on, and now we're zoomed in. I think the art is definitely going to be very hit or miss with people. It has a very distinctive look that I think a lot of people are not going to like. I should say a lot of people. I think a lot more people than most people, than normal. You know, like, every board game, there's going to be a certain amount of people who like or dislike the artwork, but I think this artwork is going to be more people who like/dislike this artwork. I personally dig it, but I see why some people might not. But man, this player board's so nice.
Land, Air, and Sea. Players
Thanks for the
control
subscription.
one of these warring factions, competing to expand their kingdoms into new territory, from the humble beginnings of a single warrior and 2 peons. Through careful action selection, exploitation, war, and resource management, players will grow their army, build up their kingdoms, and conquer their enemies by land, air, and sea. Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea promises to have players expanding, exploring, exploiting, and exterminating. Please show your support by pledging to get yourself a copy of Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea, and expand your collection of factions to include more players and more options. You will never find it at a better price. Don't wait. Join.
So, I don't like this, I will say. I feel like, oddly enough, I feel like there's about 20 to 30 seconds in the middle there where that kind of dragged, and I really wish we would have focused more on those different unique races, and they have different boards, and different characters, and different standees, and the different asymmetries of it, and also the 7-player thing. I'm still curious, because I want to know, I really would love to know, what are these 2 other factions? Like, if we're digging, so what is it, Order and Chaos, it's, there's like dragon people, like undead and the whatever, like lion people. I don't know. It's just I feel like we could have definitely spotlighted a little bit more because once again, what's the pledge level that we want to sell to people? It's the 1 to 7 player. You get everything in that super amazing box pledge level, and so I feel like it would have been worth the time to add an extra minute here or 30 seconds even where we spotlight that a little bit more. Hopefully, we do a really good job of that in the page down below.
You will never find it at a better price. Don't wait. Join us and become a backer today.
Oh, that shot.
Oftentimes losing the battle
Wait, what do we theme?
teaches us what is needed to win the war.
Cool. Much rather hear about the other factions. All right, so 242,000. It is funded. It is happening. Wow, look at that. You know what? I've already given this a half-point grade bump up. I'm going to give it another half-point grade bump up because I don't really think I've ever seen a Dice Tower Seal of Excellence or, some sort of award that big in that specific pledge level. Great. I do. This is great. This is awesome. Like, I want that even more now. Like, and once again, this shot was fantastic. This rectangle was fantastic. This square is fantastic, too, in this situation. So, yeah, I'm in. $299. That also seems Kickstarter reasonable. Like, I would like, I was expecting $300 to $400. Not gonna lie. Granted, this is $299, which is plus when we get into the shipping, it's gonna be like $350, $320. But you get what I'm saying. I feel like that's a very reasonable price for 3. It looks like Ticket to Ride size boxes, 4 mini boxes, this long side box. Like this feels very reasonable to me. Awesome. We are crushing it right now. If they delivered on their 2-hour gameplay promise, I could be persuaded to put my distaste towards 4X to the test, but I cannot afford minis. Yeah, it's still an expensive game here. Welcome back to Ogmore. The Great War for Ogmore theme. I don't think there's been a game that has successfully pulled off that real-time strategy aspect in a board game yet. I think this one has. Fantastic, wonderful, highly recommended. God dang it, Michael is crushing it. Michael is the guy who runs Gamelin Games, if I recall correctly. And so many companies, if you watch this channel, you know exactly what I'm talking about, would have just had this part right here. Fantastic, wonderful, highly recommended. And just because that's Tom Vassell, it works, okay? But if that's me, or if that's some random Joe Schmo there, they would still put that quote. They went the extra step to put why it's so fantastical and wonderful and highly recommended because it pulls off the real-time strategy aspect feel. Bingo, Kevin gets it. That's how you do quotes. That's, so many people, I've gotten so many comments of people like, you're so stupid. Why do you comment so much on the quotes? It's because there's levels to this, people. There's levels. And this quote is fantastic. And once again, don't put it on Tom. I'm not giving Tom the credit here. Hell no, I'm not giving Tom the credit. He gets his ego puffed up enough. I love you, Tom. No, put this on Michael, because that is a great quote, and Michael picked out that quote. Chef's kiss on that quote. I'm not giving you another half-point grade bump up, though. You've already got 2. Stop it. Stop being greedy. In this game, players... Whoa, what is that? Is that the faction that you didn't show me enough of in the video? How does that work? Did you throw that? Does it have like a little base, plastic base underneath it? Like, I have so many questions about this picture right now. Like, what? How are you holding it up? Oh, they have those. Did you show me those in the video? No, I don't think you showed me those in the video. I think you just showed me the 4 base things. Ah, that makes me like this video a lot less. Because that's cool. That's super cool. Anytime you take this, and it's a lot more popular in like tabletop miniatures games and war games and stuff where you have these clear stands that hold things up. In X-Wing tournaments, you go to X-Wing tournaments, you'll see them all day. They're really cool. But I don't feel like we spotlight any of those in the videos, and I think that's a very unique, different aspect of this game that's a big selling point. So I like the fact we're getting to it here. Actually, we didn't get to it here. We don't even show the clear base. We blurred out the clear base. Look at it. You can see where the clear base used to be. We blurred out the clear base. Why blur out the clear base? I think the clear base is cool. Maybe it's because you want me to ask questions about how it's floating. I don't know. I have thoughts. I don't know. Okay, furthermore, Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea. That's cool. Look at that. Features 2 distinct economic system. Oh, I thought you were going to say levels. What is this? Resource, like, that looks so cool. We're going into the weeds of the rules. Great. Love it. Fantastic. I want to know more about this, the double layer. Looking beyond the attractive face reveals a design focus on growth and destruction. There's a blend of civilization building with aggressive area control that is a delight. Oh my gosh, he's trying to get that half-point grade bump up. He wants a half-point grade bump up for 2 spectacular quotes. I won't do it. You get me a third one, though, I'm going to do a half-point grade bump up. Because that's another great quote. Civilization building, aggressive area control. I know someone who would love this game. With that quote right now, I know someone in my game group who absolutely would love to play this game. And I'm more inclined to buy this game because of that quote. And chances are, if you know someone like that, we'd be like, oh, this person would love that game. It's just, that's what a great quote can do. Or you could say, it's fantastic, I love it. It's one of my favorite games. Like, crap. It's crap. Don't give me the fluff. Give me the meat. There's too many games on Kickstarter and GameFound now. You need to bring the beef. 30% off the all-in, and it feels like a reasonable price, $300. That's going to be the most popular pledge level. Bowers Law is not getting broken on this one. I guarantee that. Because that, and then stretch pay on top of it, a reasonable price with stretch play, 3 convenient installments allowing you to comfortably manage the cost of your pledge. That's so good. So what do you got? The Great. Oh, wow, look at this graph. It's a reward tier matrix. You get an insane 25% off deal here. You're showing me. This is a half-point grade bump up. Just period. That's so good. And if we get a third quote, that's a 4th one. Like, oh, this is so good. This is so good. In terms of the type of quotes creators need to avoid, calling it vapid suggests that the review lacks depth, substance, or meaningful content. So far, they haven't done that. Yeah. I feel like they've done everything. Oh, Bowers Law is going to get broken. The $401 deal is not the most popular one. I'm shocked. I am shocked. Oh, it's the all-new stuff one. Okay. That kind of makes sense. 62 here, 40 here, 53 here, 14 here. Oh, man. Dude, 401. That stinks. I mean, it doesn't stink. Like, it's just, you would expect that to be so much higher, and this page is so good, and I gotta just guess that it has something to do with the fact that there are so many other things right now up on Kickstarter and GameFound. Like, GameFound has like 4, 5, I think maybe $600,000 projects. Not to mention, Nemesis Retaliation is just absolute $5 million. Like, that honestly might be more money than every other, not just GameFound project, but like top 10 Kickstarter project out right now. $5 million is so incredibly, insanely good. I still gave it a C+. And I love this campaign page way better. But yeah, man, if this would have been launched, like 8, before, I can't, because this is such a good, this looks great. This is great. This is awesome. So 40 here, 62 here, 53 here, 14 here. That all in. That deserves more. Normally I say it deserves better. Like, I'm like, oh, the creator of this Kickstarter page didn't do enough to, properly sell that. But then again, I guess, man, I would have mentioned in the videos, like the, what? There's pre-painted minis? What? Available 150 per miniature as a crowdfunding exclusive? Is that a pledge level we talked about? You can't just drop that on me. Why isn't this in the video? Oh my gosh, a Rodney video? There's so much good stuff here. I'd put it. I don't like. I feel like that video. The further I go into this page, the less I like the video because there's so many other amazing things that we could have used that time to convey to people, and I don't think we did. You remember that I said that 20 to 30 seconds in the middle really felt like it dragged? I feel like that could have been space where we could have definitely put a spot where we talk about these other races, because I still don't even know. Is it 1 to 6 players, or does it go to 6 players or 7 players? I still haven't quite figured that out. I do want to go back and figure that out. But I feel like this one really could use a personal touch. I feel like a personal touch would have been huge here. You know, you put in that cool information, and then you go to a personal touch and say, you know, this is like the Dice Tower Seal of Excellence. It's much beloved. This is going to be the quintessential version of this game. There's going to be pre-painted minis for only $1.50. We're doing some crazy stuff here. We're having amazing deals on every single pledge level because we want everyone to really get involved and get engaged with this project. Just saying it out loud, and I know nothing about this game. I've never played this game in my life. I can only imagine how amazing you would do talking about it, Michael, or Scott. Either one of them. I think a personal touch here would have been the way to go, undoubtedly, because you have so much amazing stuff to talk about. And, yeah, I don't know. How long is the campaign up for? I think it's got... Oh, that's a good question. It just launched like today. 13 days left. Hell, I don't know how long it's been up. Let's see. Can I see? Funded... No, I said it was... I don't know. I hope this one does better, though, because this game looks awesome, and this campaign page looks amazing. Pre-painted miniatures, crowdfunding exclusive, so $150 per miniature. So how much does that cost? You'll be able to select this option for each eligible set. Wow. That's a lot of money. Most resisted pre-painted minis. Click the image to zoom in. I was going to say, I'd love if this were zoomed in. Oh, wow. Look at those. Oh, my God. Yes. Yes. This is a half-point grade bump down for me. I hate to do that, but not mentioning this stuff earlier. Like, this is really amazing, fantastic stuff. That just feels like it's below, I don't know. And how to play, that's fantastic. I immediately know that if I buy this game, I'm going to be able to just bust it out on the table. Geek Dad, the components are so much fun if you could splurge for the playmat and have room for it on your table. I highly recommend it because it's just so nice to use. The various factions, powers, and heroes give you many strategies to pursue, and I like the rules. They're easy enough to learn that I can play both with my kids and with my adults. That's a half-point grade bump up. There's so many things that were covered in that quote. I didn't feel like there was anything that was spectacular, but there's so many things that were very good. You splurge on the playmat. It's just so nice to use, which I imagine means it's not just thematic. Yeah, look at that playmat. Look at all the information on that playmat. That looks so stinking useful. I like the rules. They're easy enough that I can play with both my kids and adults. It's a chameleon-style game. It's a great quote. Half-point grade bump up. I'm going to have a hard time keeping track of all the half-grade bump. I think there's 4 to 1. Includes 80 miniatures. Wow. Okay, so $150 extra will put me at $120. Dang, for the prepaid minis. But they're really nice. Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea, Order, and Chaos. So this is going to come with the 2 new factions, which I didn't feel like were spotlighted nearly enough, even though they look super... Yeah, like, look at that. That's so cool. Yeah, in my mind, I'm imagining the video where it's like you talk about the game, and then you're like, but then 2 new factions come into play, and we see this cool floating plastic mini, and then whatever the 7th one comes in at the end, and then we go to the personal touch. That, in my mind, feels like the way to go with that video, because the video, I think, is definitely the weakest point of this Kickstarter page. And I didn't feel like it was terrible, but compared to everything else, I do. I kind of do. Like, everything... And I don't. Just everything else is so damn good. It's like I personally feel like LeBron's better than MJ, but either way, saying that one way or the other is not insulting to the other person. Just saying that, whoa, what is this? It's a floating continent? Yeah, half-point grade bump down for the video. I gotta do that. How do you not include this? That's so freaking cool. That's so stinking cool. There's so many other miniatures games on the market that it's just, I see like, it's just minis. Go look at CMON's most recent. Go look at, there's so many. And this one actually has really cool stuff, and you didn't spotlight it in the video. That video pisses me off. It really does, because it could have been so much better. Why are we not going to showcase this? How much? Okay, I imagine that adding this expansion adds incredible table presence to this game. If you don't know what that means it's like the ooh factor when you walk by a table like, oh, what is that? That game looks cool. This adds incredible table presence to this game, and it would have been, add that to your video! Make me watch your game more! Gameplay overview as a clickable header. Thank you so much. Yeah, that is nice. Agreed. Make it clear, make it understandable. 2 faction boards, love to zoom in on that, but yeah, I want it. So wait, so it goes up to 7, but now there's 8 there's bird folk and merfolk? Whoa, that sounds cool! Yeah, this was not... Like, why isn't this board? I feel like this board should have been in that video. You know, or maybe we start with the regular board, and then when we go to the expansion, we add the additional board, and then when we talk about the 3rd expansion, we show this board. That's it. That's the play right there. Let me know in the comments below, how great does that video sound to you? Go get Ludonaut to put that video, and we're going to put some butts in seats. That was... Oh, look at the pre-painted minis, and you could even do that in the video if you get Ludonaut or somebody who could do, like you, and I'm not necessarily saying that they couldn't have done that with whoever they had, but here's what I'm envisioning in my mind. Ready? Are you ready for this? When we get, right before we get to the personal touch, once we've unveiled that, yes, there's 7 expansions and you're going to want everything because there's this amazing shot that you're about to see that shows you the whole box that you're going to get and that it's going to come by next Christmas, maybe, question mark. But in addition to that, you then reveal that if you absolutely want to, you showcase the minis. And then you show me another shot where everything's set up, but with the pre-painted miniatures. And yes, it's going to be stupid and crazy expensive. But you know what? The bottom line is, a week and a half ago, I covered another miniatures game, and if I recall correctly, the all-in was $1,000, which is probably, you're going to be, what, I don't know, like $600, $700, $800. It's not crazy anymore, especially with the stretch pay. 3 payments of $233, but I can get this pre-painted minis game. Dice Tower Seal of Excellence has amazing table presence. I can play with my kids, play with my family. I'll pass it down to someone when I die. Yeah, why not? I'll treat myself. Like, boom! We could have done all that in the video, and we didn't. Instead, we're hoping that people are going to go through the entire page to see absolutely everything. Look at that. Look at that shot. Look at that shot. It looks like a Saturday morning cartoon commercial from the 90s. And it could have been in your video, and it wasn't. Man, that video, it's just the more I see, the more I hate that video. And I say that sometimes about main images most of the time. Like, once we get through this page, I'm sure there's going to be something that I totally would have put on that main image that's not there. And with GameFound, they have the stupid square. But man, this feels, that video. Cool, it all looks good. I don't feel like I was sold on this very well. Like, you're really hoping that people are going to spend the time to go through every single aspect of this with a fine-tooth comb to see if they want it. There's a dice tutorial? That's worth putting on your main image, I think. I'm also very high on dice tutorials. If you've never used it, they're very, at least the ones I've used. I've heard some mixed things from other people. They're very well done tutorials. They'll teach you how to play a game. Interactive, they go at your own pace. And you have a Rodney Smith video as well. You have a Dice Tower Seal of Excellence. There's so many amazing, like, look at that shot! Skip the rule booklet. Like, that looks good on my phone, on my laptop, on this. This is such a good shot. That should be in the video. That should be part of the personal touch. You say it, boom, the picture comes up. We don't talk about it anymore, but it's exciting to the people who use dice. And for people who have never used dice, you say, oh, an interactive tutorial. I can have my phone, my iPad. Okay. I'm a little bit more likely to back, especially for that one person who likes this style game because your quotes crushed it. Look at that. That looks so good. A free companion app with a rules reference, a first player select, a guided play, a score calculator, the amount of... I hate that video. A personal touch could have crushed here. Like, I was going to say 1 minute. I feel like if you had 2 minutes... Because here's the bottom line. I know you don't want to make the video too long. But if you have someone in there, and you're into this personal touch, and they think, hey, this game looks cool, especially if you've showcased me just how unique this game is, and the Dice Tower Seal of Excellence, and then you start dropping all these bombs on me, just you, to my face, saying, oh yeah, we got this, we got a Rodney Smith video down there, you can look at the PDF rule booklet, we got a dice tutorial app, you know, you pop up this thing, skip the... Like, there's so many amazing things that could have been said. If you've been looking for a 4X style game, then look no further. I believe this game encompasses... I'm done with the quotes. I assume that quote is fantastic. Okay, got a Dice Tower review. Chaz, the Game Boy Geek. Okay, covering all the expansions as well. We got a video dump. Great. There appeared to be a zoom in of a player's hand towards the bottom, but I lost my place. I don't know what that's in reference to. That's the weird thing about being on a time difference between the chat, where sometimes like, what did I say? I don't know. Shipping and taxes. Cool. Where's the shipping? 18, 15, 30 bucks. Okay. This is really frustrating to me. Because if you look at a lot of Kickstarter projects and a lot of GameFound projects, I don't think you're going to disagree with this. That is a fantastic price on shipping. It is. Especially because you've shown me the big box that I'm going to get, the big playmat I'm going to get, how heavy this is going to be with everything in it. I think this is something you mentioned earlier. $330 out the door is going to get you this incredibly deluxeified 2-layer massive playmat chameleon game, which is going to be a game that is beloved by so many reviewers. The Dice Tower Seal of Excellence, tons of fantastic quotes that are going to wet your whistle and make you decide that, you know what, I'm saving so much money that hot diggity dog, you know what, maybe I'll treat myself to those pre-painted minis one time. It could have been there. It all could have been there, bundled into one tight package in what I like to call a video. But instead, it is piecemealed through here. And I feel like that was such a massive misplay. What the hell are these shippings? Those are spectacular shipping rates to... What? Look at this shipping. UK, $20 for that big box? New Zealand, $50, Canada, $40? This is fantastic shipping. Absolutely drop-dead gorgeous shipping. And I want to go half-point grade bump up for how great the shipping is, but the location of it, and once again, I know you could totally do the GameFound thing where you click over here, but this is something you spotlight to me. That's so good. Man. This actually takes me right back into the classroom. If you haven't been following this channel for a long time, I used to, my degree is in early childhood education, so I used to work with kids all the time. And you'd have these kids, and you would just love these kids. They'd be fantastic kids. But you'd be like, gosh, you just, sometimes you make these boneheaded decisions, and it's just, I feel like that video, like it could have been, like there's so much, like I don't know. Like this has everything. Amazing. Please, for the love of God, and all that's holy, provide a nice storage solution for this game during this campaign. Oh, is that the big bugaboo? People want everything in there. I love this game and have everything for it, but haven't played it in years because the storage for the game and all its pieces is abysmal. 20 hearts. Did they comment on it? Michael. It's been 2 months and you have not talked to Comma or Haberful or J. Veer or Comma again. They want to talk to you. They have an idea. Go shoot it down. Say, we'll consider it for the next one, but we've locked everything into place. That's why our shipping rates are so amazing, but we love your feedback and we 100% that'll be the next thing we really look into hardcore. And we'd love to hear your input on how that storage solution would best work. Because, yeah, we know all the components, but how do you think they'd fit best? It's such a great game. It looks great. I want to play it. It looks fantastic. It's Kickstarter page, but you got to respond to that. Because this is the most popular comment here, folks. It's not like this is just some random, somebody posted an hour ago. This is from 2 months ago. It has 20 thumbs up. I know, it's easy to ignore those, but you shouldn't. Can somebody tell me what the size of the player boards? Thanks. That this campaign would have been could have been so much more successful. All right, Prime Valentine, pop it in there earlier today. Let's see if me and Prime I'm really excited, Prime. Let's see where you and I disagree and agree on. This is fun. Why no upgrade pack for previous backers? I didn't mention that. I was too caught up in the wit and whimsy. I feel like this one did such a good job of bringing in new people, or at least it tried to. Why no upgrade pack? It's a good question. Why no new boards for 4 players? The new boards look awesome, so much better than the original, but who's playing this game with 6 players, and who has a big table big enough for this one? Why no new boards for 4 players? Does that mean like a new style, I'm guessing? Did they upgrade the artwork or something? I don't know with that one. Incomplete, I don't know. Why not a new expansion, or even a merc pack, or a new race, or even a scenario pack? Okay. That's a good question. Well, isn't there new stuff? I thought there was totally new stuff. We'll come back to this, but I could have swore. I'm really invested in in this Kickstarter. What was I thought there was no core game. Yeah, I thought there was the new stuff. All new stuff, right? Complete your collection with the newest offerings. Oh, are they mad because it's just cards? Man, look at those mats. Those are hot. Yeah, I don't get that one. I mean, cards are awesome. I mean, I know why they want more because they love the game, but cards are sweet. Like, who doesn't love cards? All right, most popular. Let's see. I want to go back to it. I want to see what the last one was. And now I lost it. Okay. Either way. Oh, actually, I want to see what people... Oh, there it is. All missed opportunity. So why not updated minis? Why not upgrade buildings? So he's really going in... So I'm talking about all this other stuff. He's talking about all these completely different things. And I'm wondering if this was like kind of a perfect storm of both of them. Because... I mean, that one, upgraded buildings, I don't know. It's interesting. Any chance for a 107 card add-on from both Events of Saga mini expansion to the Battle Booster Pack without sleeves? I want those, but all that same price for a few cards? $36 plus the shipping plus the VAT. Oh. So the people just buying that stuff getting jacked a little bit. It looks like the main prices are going to that big pledge level they're trying to move, which, as I said, it is the most popular pledge level, except for the returning backer one, which, once again, that makes sense. Yeah, that's interesting. Let's check out the updates. Solo deck poll plus the factions deep dive. Cool. Don't care. We're funded. Cool. Project launch week 1. So, yeah, it's been up for... Heroes Land of Sea launches in 1 week, so it's been up for 8 days now. Okay. Huh. This is really interesting. Okay. I'm thinking, and I'm trying to put exactly how I'm going to say what I'm going to say before I say it. So I'm talking to myself right now. Control F for storage and packages yields no result. The word boxes only appears twice on the entire campaign page. Okay. Man, look at that. That's such a good shot. Okay, final grade for this one. Do I want it? Yes, I do. I really do. It looks like a fun game. Spotlight the Dice Tower Seal of Excellence really well. And when I search through your entire page, it looks awesome. I still have questions. Does it go 7 players or does it go 6 players? I would imagine it's 7 players because you specifically put 7 players. But I feel like the selling of the expansions was done incredibly poorly. At least, and I don't feel like it should be. Like, this graphic is great. The shipping section is great. The Dice Tower Seal of Excellence is great. This square is great. Yeah, I said it. I said a square was great. It happens sometimes. The stretch pace, great. There's so much great stuff here. And it's made $400,000, but at the end of the day, or $240,000, it just, yeah, I felt like this should be doing better. And once again, in the comments, there might have just been one person. It just surprised me, because this is such a well-done campaign page. So do I want a yes? I do. But I didn't feel like they showcased it nearly good enough, and I think the video really... And maybe it's this one? Is this what they expected me to watch?
Or act as fodder.
Because I'm not watching that. Like, that's fine. There's another video, but this is the one you put up here. So this is the one I'm going to watch. Because I know there's going to be like 30 videos on here. You honestly don't expect people to watch all 30 videos. Maybe they do. Because once again, everything's so spread out. I feel like that was such a poor play. And then, how much is it? So can you do it? Yes. Well, yeah. Okay. We didn't do the game. The can you do it? So let's go back and make sure. But I'm not particularly worried about this now. They mostly do their stuff on Kickstarter. I do apologize for that. I'm all scatterbrained today. Yeah, they've done tons of stuff, and they're coming back to Kickstarter as well. They got Tiny Epic Cthulhu, which has like 10,000 pre-launch backers. Kudos on that. Yeah, The Last Kingdom, Tiny Epic Crimes, Tiny Epic Vikings. I'm pretty sure Vikings is out. Well, let's double check these. They can't do it. Yeah, I'm not too concerned about it, honestly. However, before we proceed, we'd like to address important regarding missing project rewards for some of our backers. So yeah, they're out. Yeah, we're there. We're good. We're good. Can you do it? Yes. Then how much is it? It feels like a great price. It does. Not Kickstarter reasonable, as I like to say. It feels like a very rock solid price, especially when you get to the shipping. Because you got a double whammy here. I look at that price and say, okay, that's a pretty reasonable price. Especially if I see this. Which maybe I don't. Because once again, I was watching the video, then I scroll down. Because that's just you. That's yeah. So how much is it? And you lead off with a great... Well, there's so much good here. I'm so all over the board on this one. Final grade, I gave it 4 half-point grade bump-ups, and then for the video, I gave it a half-point grade bump down. But honestly, the further I got down in that video, I think that half-point grade bump down goes to a full-point grade bump down. I feel like that video is undoubtedly the weakest part of this campaign page. And what everything else is so incredibly strong. And so good, but just spread out. The spreading out of it was so baffling. I'm gonna go with an A, B plus, A minus in that range. A minus. There's so many things they did so incredibly well. Some of those shots, like just they're spread out so much. But that video, like, there's so many good things that could have been done in that video, and instead we got a fine video. It's fine.
Through careful action selection, exploitation.
I want to double check.
Single warrior.
I don't think we saw the plastic. Yeah, I don't think we did, because I would have totally stopped the video. Yeah, I'm gonna go with a minus. Oh, what about interactions, customer service? Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm just so torn on this video in so many other areas. I apologize for that. Yeah, let's check that out. Great, I did not see my game. Please answer my email. I've written you 3 times regarding damaged components. I've gotten a response. Whoa, Kevin, saving my butt before. Where I say A minus? We got, I have the same problem as Nathan. Does anyone know how long I need to wait for my copy of the game? I'm still waiting for my copy. Oh, no. I like this project so much that I don't want to play this fun game where we see how long people have taken to respond to their Kickstarter backers, but we're gonna play it. And this time, I love this project so much, I don't want it to keep going, but we're already at 2 months. Michael. You know what? I even mentioned it, too, when we were in the Game Found projects, how the most popular thing they didn't address at all. You can't be scared to tell people what they don't want to hear. And if you have a PR person, if you have a social media manager who's not doing that, that's a problem. Because if you don't say something, they will continue to say something. Whereas if you answer it, yes, some people will continue to say it, but then you'll have the people say, oh, they already said that this is going to happen after this. Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. 3 months. Just got to say, I had this game nearly a month. I've played multiple games at 3, 4, and 5 players, and I've got to say this game is an absolute blast. That's good. Haven't seen mine, so email sent. 4 months. Man, that's rough. Yeah, that's a halfway grade bump down, too. So, yeah, I'm going to go... Time to plug your customer service offering. Yes, in fact, Kevin's right. I haven't put it up on my Fiverr yet. I need to get up on that. Kevin, damn it, I need to hire you as my PR guy. I'm so swamped with everything. Yeah, I'm going to have a halfway point bump down on that, because that's not cool. And it looks like it's a continuous thing. Across two, but we don't have time to go into more. So, final grade, B+. I'm going to stop right there, because there's so much good here, though. But yeah, it... And once again, I hate to say it, and quite honestly, I don't feel like I have said in a while, which is a real testament to Game Found. But I wonder how this would have been doing on Kickstarter. Just in the back of my mind, I'm like, I wonder what this would do on Kickstarter. Where just more people would have the opportunity to see it. And maybe you get more people who take the time to really go through the page. Because if they really go through the page, it looks fantastic. B+. Let me know in the comments below what's your thoughts on Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea, the Deluxe reprint. And if you're enjoying the content, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below. And if you're looking for board game services, go check me out on Fiverr, because I do Fiverr stuff. I think there might be a link down below. Bye-bye. And look at that. Stop bugging me. They keep bugging me to put ads in there. I've gotten bugged like 7 times. I put ads in there. Put ads in the midstream. I'm not going to do it. You got them at the end. You got them at the beginning. That's too much.